Hey everyone, it's Megan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am so excited to share with you my personal experience taking the drug Spironolactone to treat my hormonal acne. So I have been on the drug for about a year and a half now at this point, and every time I bring it up on Instagram, I get a lot of questions, a lot of replies on how it's helped me. So today's video is going to address all of that. I'm going to explain what the drug is, what it does, how it works, tips and tricks, just kind of an overall 101 in my own experience with it. And then at the end, I'll also answer some questions that you guys submitted via Instagram, and I will also share some product recommendations that you can use with or without this drug if you struggle with similar types of acne. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Okay, so first of all, disclaimer, obviously I am not a doctor by any means, so please first, before you do anything, please consult your physician and or your dermatologist about taking spironolactone, or if you're just curious about it or whatever, talk to your doctor first. I am simply talking from my personal experience, and that is really important to know. Obviously, everyone's results are going to vary from person to person. This drug might not even be right for you, so definitely talk to your doctor first. I mean, at the very least, you can learn more online and bring it up to them, but I am by no means a doctor. So now that we got that little disclaimer out of the way, let's talk about what exactly spironolactone is. Now you know that it's a drug, it's a medicine that you take, it is oral and hormonal. It's only for women. Men unfortunately cannot use this as a treatment for their cystic or hormonal acne. It was originally used to treat hypertension and other cardiovascular problems like high blood pressure and things like that. But in a lower dosage, it actually, doctors found that it's great at treating hormonal acne. Let's talk about how it exactly works. So the first thing is that it blocks androgens. So androgens are responsible for those more masculine leaning traits like body hair growth and sebum production. So think oil clogging your pores and creating said acne. And I do want to note that this particular information I am grabbing from Into the Gloss's article all about spironolactone that I actually read when I first went on the drug about a year ago. It's super helpful whether you are on it or considering going on it. It has a lot of really great information and a personal testimony actually about the woman who wrote it and how it affected her and helped her with her acne. I approached my dermatologist just looking for answers, not even with Spiro in mind. I had never heard of it at that point. My skin was just in a really bad place that was super abnormal for me. I had never broken out like that before, and I just wanted some sort of solution because at that point they're also really painful, deep cystic pimples, very hormonal. I knew that they were hormonal, and it was not fun. If you ever had any sort of skincare trouble, then you know that acne is not fun in any way, shape, or form. So I'm going to insert a clip here so you can kind of see where my skin was at around the time that I approached my derm looking for a solution. And you might look at this and think that my skin doesn't look that bad, but to me it was so terrible. And not only that, but I had no self-confidence. It was painful. It was not great. I needed something to fix it. So I went to the derm, and it actually is the derm that I used to go to in high school, and my mom also goes to see, and my mom was on the drug Spiro, which I had no idea until I even went to the dermatologist, and she also recommended that I go on it. So I did, and it's important to note that I actually didn't see any sort of results or resolution until about 2 or 3 months into taking the drug, and that's very normal. And even then, I would notice I would still get little pimples. Even just last week, I had one right here that I have covered up by makeup. That's healing, but you don't get an entire situation on your face, just like Into the Gloss says in that article. You just get 1 or 2 manageable pimples, and they go away in a few days. It's not a quick fix by any means. You do have to be incredibly patient. It can be kind of frustrating because you want it to be a quick fix, but I still suffered with those same deep and cystic pimples for about 2 months before I saw any sort of difference at all. And that's not ideal, obviously, but that's life. So after I started to see my skin clear up, I felt so much more confident that I hadn't even realized before how much my acne was actually affecting my self-confidence. So that I remember like feeling that. I remember like being able to walk around without makeup on and just feeling great about it. That was pretty liberating. And if you've been through something similar, I'm sure you can relate. To address why I have gone on and off of the drug. First of all, I'm not really great about consistently taking it, which is a big no-no, but just to be upfront, some days I will miss a dose or 2 a day in a row or whatever, however many times a week. I'm trying to get better at it. And then second, I intentionally went off of it because I wasn't sure that I even needed it anymore. My skin had gotten in such a good place, and I guess I thought it was because of my skincare, but no, it was because of my medicine. So I went off of it, and about a month after being off of it, I started to break out really badly again, and I realized that I needed to get back on the medicine. So I did, and then again, it took, from going back on it, it took like another 2 months to really see results again. So after going off of it once, I have decided I will never go off of it again, or at least not until I need to. I'm pretty sure that you can't take this drug while you're pregnant or trying to become pregnant, so that's another important thing to note as well. A few days ago, I posted on my Instagram stories asking you guys to share some questions for me about the drug and my experience with it, so I'm going to go ahead and answer those. The first one I have here is, how did I know that it was the right fit for me? The answer to that is I didn't actually. Like I said, I didn't even know that it existed or was an option. So I let my dermatologist even bring it up to me and suggest that it was the right option for me and my specific acne and skin. So I would recommend going to your physician or your dermatologist and letting them decide that for you. Okay, the second question I have here is, what dosage were you taking? I was and still am taking 50 milligrams. I know some people take 50 milligrams twice a day, so 100 milligrams in one day, but 50 milligrams is pretty standard to my knowledge. Did you have to get blood work done in order to be prescribed? Yes, I'm pretty sure that I did. I either had blood work ahead of time or I had it after I had been on the pill for a month or so, because it does affect your potassium levels. So they need to make sure that your blood work is completely normal and whatnot. And then I think I still have to get it done like once a year now. When I go into my derm to get a refill, they still want to check your blood and just make sure everything is okay, you have no side effects, etc. But it is all for your health. It's not as much of a pain in the butt as it may seem. What effects besides less acne did you notice from spironolactone? That is a great question. The only effect that I really noticed is that I had to go to the bathroom a lot, and you need to drink more water, and that is because it is a diuretic. So I already drink a lot of water anyways though, especially when I am in my normal fitness routine. I try to drink 80 ounces of water a day. So to me, it really didn't feel abnormal, but that's really the only effect that I've experienced whatsoever besides less acne. Less acne, and you have to go to the bathroom more, and you should drink more water than normal. That's it. Have you gotten an extraction before? If so, do you mind sharing your experience? No, not at all. I'm always happy to share. If you ever have any questions about acne or spironolactone, please ask me. But regarding extractions, I've never gone out of my way to get an extraction, but when I have gotten facials, I have gotten extractions, of course, because they're a part of the facial. But I've never gotten an extraction like for a cystic pimple or pimples. I've never like gotten a facial because of my cystic acne, if that makes any sense. I'm sure it could be beneficial. Where I find extractions most helpful for me is actually my nose, because my pores are always huge there and they need help. If you're looking for a great facialist in the city, I love Nuncia Beauty Bar. She is absolutely incredible. She's right in River North downtown, and she is just above the Berries Boot Camp. She does such an incredible job. She is such a sweetheart, and she will definitely help you with all of your skin woes. Okay, I got this question a few times. A few of you asked what products that I have found helped with cystic pimples, especially along your jawline. So I'm just gonna go over and do a little sort of mini review and recommendation on what products you should be using or purchasing if you're struggling with cystic acne. So first up, I would recommend two masks. The first is First Aid Beauty's Ginger and Turmeric Vitamin C Jelly Mask. Mine is a little dirty, has not been used in a little while, thankfully, because I haven't needed to. But this stuff is so good. I mean, obviously I feel that way about every product I use, but like even if you don't have cystic acne, if you just struggle with pimples in general, this is such a great mask. So the ginger and the turmeric in this do burn a little, and if you don't like the smell of ginger, I would not recommend it, but it is like really anti-inflammatory. I find that it really just like calms down my skin, which is really helpful when you have an inflamed pimple that is like taking over your face. And then second of all, I feel the same way about Tata Harper's Purifying Mask. I'm pretty sure this has AHAs in it. I could be wrong. I'm almost out of it actually, as you can see here. And this guy's expensive, but I love it. And it is clean beauty if you're into all of that, but this saved me too. This really calmed down my skin and made me feel like it got a hold on all of my acne when I was really struggling with it. Now let's talk spot treatments, because spot treatments are so important, especially when you're struggling with acne. So the first is Renee Roulet's anti-cyst treatment. I'm pretty sure how you say her name. If you don't say it like that, then I don't know, I just butchered it. But this is great as well, especially for cysts. This is pricey though, I will say. I think this cost me like $50, but I was just searching for a solution, like I said, of any kind. And this has come highly recommended, especially on Into the Gloss, and I really value their opinion. So I went ahead and got it, and it does help. But the only thing that I do want to mention about this is that you have to get the timing right. So literally as soon as you see or feel a cystic pimple develop, throw this guy on there like a few times a day, because otherwise you're not gonna get it. You know, it's not gonna work at that point. You can keep applying it, but in my opinion, this has always worked right when I catch the cyst when it's forming. If you tend to have whiteheads, Glossier Zit Stick is so great. Such cute packaging too, only $14. It is a benzoyl peroxide acne treatment gel, so like your typical pharmacy sort of like acne treatment, which is why I love it. They call it their breakout eraser. I think it's pretty affordable for what it is. I have found it to work very well, but my favorite part about it is that it has this like cooling tip. It's like metal, and this actually itself helps with inflammation, which is great when you have cystic pimples. And last but not least, I always recommend this Mario Badescu Drying Lotion Spot Treatment. If you are looking for something cleaner than this, I would recommend Indie Lee's version. It is the same in the sense that it works just as well, but it doesn't have talc. So if you're concerned with talc or clean beauty, that is a great option. It might be a little bit more expensive, but totally worth it if that's your sort of thing. So I love using this on cystic pimples. It does say that it's meant for whiteheads and just drawing out pore clogging impurities. You shouldn't ever put it on broken skin. I would be lying if I said that I've never done that. It does really burn because of the alcohol in it, but I find that this cuts down the size and the redness of a pimple in half overnight. No exaggeration. Once you get rid of your pimples or you're left with just a few, you are likely going to have a lot of scarring, especially if you were or are a picker like I was / still am. Not a good habit. Definitely need to break it. Don't touch your face. It's bad for you. But in that sense, I would recommend a vitamin C serum. I really, really love this one from Advanced Clinicals. It is their vitamin C anti-aging serum. Not only is it incredibly affordable, I think it's like $12.99 on their website and even cheaper on Amazon, like $8 or something. I'll link it below for you guys. But it is also effective. It actually works. It feels so nice too. It smells so nice. It's so great. And Advanced Clinicals is actually one of our clients at the agency that I work at, Zapwater Communications. But I love their product. And that is it for my video all about my experience with spironolactone. If you guys have any other questions below, please feel free to comment them below. Email me, DM me on Instagram, whatever you want to do. I am more than happy to answer anything I didn't cover in today's video. But I do hope that you enjoyed it and that it helped you a little bit in your struggle with acne and or cystic pimples. It does get better, I promise, especially if you want Spiro. So feel free to subscribe, like this video, and I hope I'll see you guys next time. Bye.